Hello, for today's 10-minute session we're just going to do a mobilisation and stretching session. It's going to concentrate on hips, lower back, shoulders and thoracic spine. Again, it's great to do maybe as a cool down 10 minutes if you've been out running, swimming, cycling, whatever the case may be. So first of all we're going to start on our back. I'm just going to take our left leg up over our right leg and let's just do a little warm up. Just dynamic little stretches, pulsing that knee 10 times, just pushing it away from you. And you're going to have your hand on your knee and just press in and hold for 15-20 seconds. Just a gentle press. If you're a little bit tight, don't over push any of these exercises. Just take it to the point where you feel a little bit of a bite and hold. And you can slowly increase the pressure. Okay, let's change legs, right leg over left, and let's just again pulse the leg, so you just feel that hip opening up. Yeah, you might do 10 of those, and again a nice little press, just push that hip away or that knee away, so you feel it stretching through the hip. Again, 15-20 second hold. Great. Now just to loosen out the glute, we're going to take the left knee and pull it across to the right shoulder. You can also pull the ankle a wee bit, so you feel a good little twist in the glute there. Holding that for again 10 or 15, 20 seconds, whatever is comfortable. Release that out. Take up the other leg. So the idea is to get the knee to the opposite shoulder and then get a little pull on that ankle. And holding it again 15-20 seconds. Great, lovely. So a little bit of work on the lower back. We zip our legs together, hands out to the side, and you're just going to let your knees fall out to the side as you look to the opposite direction. So knees out to the left, you look to the right. Keep your feet stacked on top of each other. Keep your shoulder blades glued to the floor. And again, a little bit of movement to the opposite side. Knees out to the right, you look to the left. Let's repeat that again. To each side a couple of times. Keeping those shoulder blades glued down. Brilliant, lovely. Okay, so let's sit up. Let's get our legs into the butterfly position. So that's where we just put our feet together and just have our knees out wide, and we're just going to pulse again. So a little bit of a dynamic movement on that, opening up those hips again. So you might want to do 10 of those. You can come forward, sitting up nice and tall, and just push out at the elbows, so getting those knees down, and again just lightly pushing, don't push too hard, don't injure yourself doing these, and then back again, a little bit of a dynamic warm up again, maybe another 10. And let's go again, just another little light press out for another 15-20 seconds. Getting those feet in close. Lovely. And then also what we can do is what they call a moving butterfly. So you're just going to bring your hips close to your feet and back again. Really getting in as close as you can. Sliding that bum along the floor. Getting those hips out nice and wide. You'll really feel it in the adductors. It's a great exercise. So again, you might do 5 or 6 of those. Brilliant. And then if you're able for this one, it's called the pigeon. It's a little bit more of an intense stretch. What you want to do here is just put one leg in front, trying to get it to sit out in front as you extend the leg behind you, and just sit back into that position, sit up nice and tall, and feel that stretch through if it's the right leg at the front. And ideally, if you're very flexible, you should try and get this lower leg straight out as cross as you can, but just work into that. And again, sitting into this 15-20 seconds again. Come out of that and swap legs, bringing the left knee forward and sitting back into that. I'm really feeling that through the glute and the hip region. Again, holding for 15-20 seconds. Excellent, moving back out of that. Okay, so now that we're in the hands and knees position, what we do is what they call the frog. So you're going to have your knees out nice and wide, feet turned out, and you're just going to sit back into it to open up those hips. So if I show you from the front, legs out nice and wide, feet extended out, and just sit back into it and come forward. You do 5 or 6 of those, and again, nice and dynamic, opening up those hips. Very good. So then for the lower back, we just do what we do some cat stretches. So it's where you're tilting the pelvis forward, you can look up and then arch the back and look down. So great lower back mobilisation, lifting the head helps to mobilise the thoracic spine. So let's do 10 of those. Excellent, lovely. Then what you can also do is wag your tail, so you tilt your pelvis to the left as you look to the left, then tilt your pelvis to the right as you look to the right. So we're getting a little bit of side bending action through the spine. So again, going to each side a few times. Lovely. And then we can sit back into what's called the child pose. Get those hands to really pull the shoulders out of their sockets, keeping your bum back down as low as you can go, sitting on your heels. Stay in that again for 15-20 seconds. Nice to do some dynamic breathing in here. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Filling the belly with air. And out. And take the right hand, cross it over the left, so you feel a nice stretch down that right side, really opening up the lats and the QL muscle in the lower back. Stay there for 10 seconds or so, change sides, left hand over right. Brilliant. And then we come up in and do some back extension work. So we're just going to lower our hips down as we look up to the wall. Keeping your shoulders tucked back and down so you don't injure anything. And then take yourself back up again. Sit back into your little child pose. And come forward again, lowering those hips down. One more. Brilliant. So another nice one is to pass the right hand in underneath the left shoulder and really reach in and stretch over so you're leaning on that right shoulder to open that up. Take it back in. Again, leaning on the left shoulder, really trying to open up that thoracic spine. Change sides again. And again, so you really feel that stretching through the thoracic spine. Lovely. Another easier version of that is just to simply take the right hand, pass it through, bring it back up and straight up to the ceiling. Okay, and back up to the ceiling. If you have a little bit of difficulty with that, a bit of a shoulder problem, just grab your rib cage with your hand and just bring your shoulder up to the ceiling. So you're not overreaching through your shoulder, but you're really getting the arm to help the rotation through the rib cage and the thoracic spine. So you have a couple of choices there on that, on what to do and what's at your level. Okay. So another one for the side. Just do some side bends. So we're going to be on our knees, on our elbows. I'm just going to lift up and reach over and get some nice side bend movements through, mobilising hips, shoulders and spine. They might do 5 or 6 on that side. And then spin around and change. Again, good solid shoulder on the knees and side bend. So this was on an earlier 10 minutes series video, but it's always a good one to have. So again, doing 5 or 6 on that side. Very good. And then another nice little version of that one, a bit of a toughie to do. It's called the mermaid stretch. So you're sitting up nice and tall in this position here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to come over and reach and stretch this way. Then we're going to come back up and stretch that way. And back over. And back over. Again, doing 5 or 6 on each side. And then we're going to change. So swapping the legs. So as you're mirroring this position. And over. And take it back. It's a difficult stretch, but really, really good. Lovely. And then our last exercise, our last stretch for the hips, which is a good one in this position, is just the internal rotation, where we're going to be sitting up tall like this. And we're just going to flick from side to side with the hips, trying to get the knees down to the floor. And just rolling from side to side, open up those hips. So one leg's going internal rotation, the other's going external rotation. And again, you might do 10 of those. Okay, great. So that was just a quick video, working hips, lower back, thoracic spine and shoulders. Great to do after a tough workout. Keep yourself nice and loose, keep all the joints nice and supple. Thank you.